It was a soft, quiet evening, the kind of evening that feels like a warm blanket wrapped around the world. In a small, cozy house at the edge of a sleepy town, a little boy named Oliver was getting ready for bed. This was his first night in his new home, and though the room was bright with a golden nightlight and his favorite stuffed rabbit was tucked under his arm, Oliver felt a tiny flutter in his tummy, a small, worried feeling like a butterfly that couldn't find its way to sleep. He sat on the edge of his bed, his feet barely touching the floor. The shadows on the wall seemed a little bigger than they did in his old room. The creak of the house settling sounded a little louder. He hugged his rabbit tighter. That's when he noticed it. Leaning in the corner, right next to the closet door, was something he hadn't seen before. It was an umbrella, but not just any umbrella. It was a soft, silvery blue, like moonlight on water. It had no handle, just a smooth curve, and it seemed to glow with a very gentle light. Oliver blinked. He was sure it hadn't been there a moment ago. Curious, he walked over, his bare feet whispering on the carpet. As he got closer, the umbrella seemed to shimmer like a soap bubble catching the sun. He reached out a small hand. The moment his fingers touched the cool, smooth surface, a soft chime sounded like a tiny bell made of wind. And then the umbrella was in his hand. It felt light as a feather, yet solid like it belonged there. A soft voice, like a whisper from a dream, spoke. "Hello, Oliver. I am your umbrella." The voice wasn't loud. It was a gentle hum, like the sound of bees on a summer day, but very, very quiet. "I appear when you feel a little worried. I keep the big, unknown things away." Oliver looked at the umbrella, his eyes wide. "You can talk," he whispered back. "Only to those who need me," the umbrella replied. "And only when they're ready for sleep." Oliver felt the worried butterfly in his tummy flutter again. He looked at the shadows on the wall. They still seemed big. He looked at the door, slightly ajar, leading to the dark hallway. He took a breath. Will you come with me, just for a little walk?" "Of course," said the umbrella. "I'll float right beside you." Oliver stepped out of his room. The umbrella floated beside him, a soft, silvery glow lighting the way. It didn't shine bright like a flashlight. It was a gentle wash of light, like starlight, that made the dark corners feel less sharp, less scary. They walked down the hallway. The umbrella's light touched the pictures on the wall, making the colors seem to hum a lullaby. It touched the big plant in the corner, and the leaves seemed to sway in a slow, sleepy dance. They reached the living room. The moon was shining through the window, painting silver stripes on the floor. The umbrella's light mixed with the moonlight, creating a soft, dreamy pattern. Oliver saw his new teddy bear sitting on the couch. He hadn't noticed it before. He picked it up. It was soft and brown with a little red bow. "Hello, Teddy," he whispered. The umbrella glowed a little brighter, as if smiling. They walked to the kitchen. The fridge hummed a low, comforting song. The umbrella's light touched the table, and Oliver saw a glass of water his mom had left for him. He took a small sip. The water was cool and calm, like the umbrella's light. He felt the worried butterfly in his tummy start to slow its wings. "Everything feels softer now," Oliver said, his voice barely above a breath. "That's what I am here for," the umbrella hummed, "to make the new feel cozy, to make the unknown feel like a friend." They walked back down the hallway. The shadows on the wall didn't seem so big anymore. They seemed to wave gently, like friendly hands. Oliver felt his eyes getting a little heavy. The umbrella's light was warm, like a hug. They reached his room. The golden nightlight glowed, and the umbrella's silvery light joined it, creating a pool of soft, dreamy color on the floor. Oliver climbed into bed. He tucked his rabbit under one arm and held the umbrella in his other hand. It felt cool and smooth, like a smooth river stone. The worried butterfly in his tummy had stopped fluttering. It had curled up, soft and warm, ready for sleep. "Good night, Oliver," the umbrella whispered, its voice like a soft sigh. "I'll be here, watching over your dreams." Oliver closed his eyes. He felt the umbrella's light wrap around him like a soft, invisible blanket. He felt the cool smoothness of it in his hand. He felt the warmth of his rabbit. He felt the softness of his bed. He felt safe. He felt cozy. He felt loved. His breathing slowed. His body relaxed. The world outside his window was quiet. The world inside his room was warm. And as he drifted into a deep, peaceful sleep, the umbrella's light faded slowly, gently, like a sigh of contentment, until it was just a soft shimmer in the air, watching over his dreams. And Oliver slept deeply, peacefully, safely, under the gentle watch of his one soft, silvery umbrella.